Bitcoin update Friday, July the 14th. We're going to start off on the hourly chart and we're going to see why the hourly, well, that's what you want to focus on for the rest of the day. You zoom out to the 4 hour, that's the next day to couple days. And then you go to the daily, weekly charts, right? That's bigger picture, more time frame. So looking at support and resistance on those charts, you need to realize that, the shorter the time frame, the less certain you can be for support and resistance levels, right? They're just by definition, right? You haven't spent enough time. If you hit a couple tags on the hourly chart versus a couple tags on the weekly chart, right? Those are different time frames. So support and resistance should be taken as a weighted system depending on the time frame that you're looking at. So having said that, right, looking at a support zone for the hourly chart, if we are to come down here, right, no guarantees that we come down, but maybe 30,850 to 30,900, right in there, just the previous breakout. You can use closing prices here. You can see this upper close and kind of the hesitation here before the next big move. So hourly chart, right, lower time frames, less meaningful for sure, right? You can see even the moving averages do not get hit and show that much respect to certain moving averages, whereas you go look at the weekly chart and it's very unlikely to do this with the 21 EMA and that yellow right there, right? So having said that, what are the odds? Are we going to move up or down next? Well, I'll present the information and you decide, right? The Bollinger Band's squeezing, right? So less volatility likely leads to more volatility. So a bigger move likely coming sometime in the rest of the day because we're on the hourly chart, right? We're trying to hold this loosely fit 21 EMA, but your center and your median Bollinger Band is right here. So we'd like to get above that to increase our odds of moving up, but there's kind of a little pattern here, right? And patterns are the same way. So if you're using a pattern on the weekly chart versus a pattern on the hourly chart, right, the weekly has a much better chance of playing out. But all patterns are not much greater than 50-50 split, right? You may be looking at 60-40. So just because you see a pattern does not mean that pattern has to play out. And patterns can fail just slightly less than they confirm, right? So keep that in mind as well. Even though if you see a perfect textbook pattern flag, hidden head and shoulders, whatever it is, right, doesn't always plan out that way, okay? So having said that, hourly chart, what do we see here? Well, you put it on closing prices. That is a pretty textbook flag pattern on the hourly, right? You see this move up. Here's our pull, right? You're putting in lower highs. You're putting in lower lows. I mean, you can't even, if you wanted to make it picture perfect, it's not much more picture perfect than that. So the odds of this breaking to the upside are greater than 50-50, right? Probably 60-40 I would give it because the hourly time frame, because it's just a pattern, right? Don't put too much weight in patterns, right? And patterns are nothing until they confirm. When would this confirm? At a breakout, right? We'd look at a breakout and probably would, absolutely confirm above like 31.5, right? If you start to break out here, right, it could sell off. So 31.5, this is likely playing out, and then we're likely hitting, not only fresh 2023 highs again, but probably, well above 32K, right? If you take the extraction, right, you'd measure the flagpole from straight down, you get that, you overlay it where the breakout is, that would put us well over 32K, okay? So just saying that for the rest of today, watch if this plays out, right? So 31.5-ish, right? You see prices above that, we're very likely going to, above 32, probably closer to 33, if not even higher. Right, so that's the odds, right? If we go down, right, this is support. This should hold because that was a kind of our breakout on this hourly chart. If it doesn't, we're looking at probably a retag of where we've been, right, where we've been trending sideways, 30K to 30,500 thereabouts for who knows when, right? Well, we'll have to reevaluate, but that's what I'd be looking for. If we move down, we want this to hold. If we move up, it's likely another 2023 high coming in the not so distant future. So let's remove these and see if we have anything better on a zoomed out move. Go to the daily, right? Let's go to the daily, right? We set 2023 highs again yesterday. High of, at least on Coinbase, 31,862. Anything go higher than that? Anybody hit 32K on any exchange? Let me know in the comments if so. So based on this, right, the odds are still moving higher with the bulls. If we come back down, right, we're looking around that 30,800 area, even on the hourly chart, right, that support zone, right, this previous kind of breakout, that EMA 8 is 30,800. Maybe we come down here with a wick and then, go again, tomorrow or Sunday or something like that, right? So don't freak out if we come back down. We're still above all moving averages, and most importantly, we're above the highest, right? You got to be leaning bullish if you're looking at a chart, no matter what the coin or chart is. If you're above all moving averages, if you're above the EMA 8 on the hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, whatever, if you're above your moving averages, you're by definition bullish, right? Okay. So having said that, the odds are leaning up because of all the things I just damn said, right? Okay. So, bulls likely in charge here and likely will continue to decimate bears, until we see proven otherwise, right? We just don't have any facts for the bears just yet. So, let's look at one more thing on the hourly chart, I believe. I wanted to look at some indicators here, right? This should help you, right? Again, leaning right, flag formation on the hourly, right? Bull flag. Not only that, but the Fisher transform, right? One of my favorite indicators has just triggered a buy over the last, depending on when you watch this, right? It just triggered at 10 a.m. less than an hour ago. So keep that in mind, right? So last time we got a nice move like that was a couple days ago, right? So you can look at last time we got this right here, right? And look at what happened next, right? I know that's hard to see. Let me put this on auto for you, and it didn't do shit. So let me zoom back in. We're losing them. It was like right here, right? That's where the last time the hourly Fisher transform triggered by. So I've already looked at it, so you can trust me on that one. It's right here. You can go look it up for yourself. But look at the move that came, right? And we just got another trigger by here. So, do with that information what you will. The odds are bullish, right? So that's the daily. How about an update on the weekly briefly, and then we'll get to the fun stuff, the quotes and the cars of the day. We're having a weekly move higher, right? Highest weekly, right? So far, all we have to do is close this candle on Sunday at 30,614, and it'd be our highest weekly close in 2023. So I like our odds of doing that, but don't put too much weight into it till it's closed and happened. But so if we go down, I'd look for a hold of the 8-week EMA. A lot of time frames flipping around here, right? 8-week EMA currently at 29.3, right? So if we say, even if we close here and we open next week, right, we should be holding absolutely with this bullish momentum at the EMA 8. So if you're wanting to buy more and you see us right on the EMA 8, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, I'd probably put an order in there, right? So if not, you might get locked out here. If you're just waiting on lower prices, you might be waiting for a while, right? Not that I don't think we could come back down, and in fact, I do think we would likely come back down at some point. I just think we have more higher highs before coming back down or fizzling out. Maybe later into towards late Q4 or something like that. So having said that, how do our look at these tests. This is the move up. Kind of a flag pattern again, back to the 200-week EMA, a boom bounce out of that, and then consolidation before maybe even continuing higher. So the weekly indicators, how are they looking? Well, nothing too much right here. Nothing to take too much out of this. The Fisher transform triggered by weeks ago, back in early mid-June, and just bouncing straight up since, right? So that's where we're at. So everything's looking good for the bulls. Not a whole lot that the bears have to stand on at this point. So I'll just kind of wrap it up there. Let me know what questions you have. If you watch this soon, let me know what altcoins you want to see. Maybe I can do one of those. Maybe I'll do a Chainlink video. We'll see. Some altcoins popping off right now. So some altcoins doing good, some altcoins not doing so good. Hopefully yours are doing well. Let me see what you want to see next on a chart. I'll probably do a Chainlink video, Friday Chainlink. So thumbs up for that. A lot of people tend to like those over the weekend. So let's get to our crypto fear and greed index. We're at 60 on greed, still okay there, right? If prices are high, you're going to be likely in greed. Altcoin season index, right? This is a big one. We actually hit 24 yesterday, which took out our previous high, at least local high, right? But we ended up closing right at 22 on the index. So kind of a double top so far. I have a feeling, today might even press that. So if you see this, moving up, right, altcoins will continue to outperform Bitcoin, at least in the short term. We're waiting on kind of Bitcoin dominance to kind of get a bounce, right? It's taken a cool off over the past day or so, and back down. But guess what? We're holding the EMA 8 right there. We went just briefly below it. We'll see where we end up closing the week on Bitcoin dominance. Still 2 days, right? 2.5 days till that. If we bounce here, right, Bitcoin might be going back into big charge. It seems like we're actually moving up a little bit here as we're making this video for Bitcoin. So maybe we see that flag end up playing out. The auto adjust, there we go. So, right, seeing the flag pattern play out. If again, above 31,490, right, this would likely confirm, and we're likely, maybe approaching a new liftoff. So we'll see. We still have a whopping 2 minutes till this hourly candle closes. Looking pretty good so far, right? Keep it on closing prices. I mean, it looks like it's ready to break out, but too soon to tell. Maybe we get that in the next hour or so, maybe before noon Eastern time. So just FYI, watch that. Let's get back on track to our quote of the day. History is a vast early warning system, right? This is especially true for traders, right? If you don't learn from your past mistakes, you're destined to repeat them. Okay, car of the day. Anybody got this one? I'm impressed if you got this. Very impressed. This is a Pagani, but you're like, what the hell? I've never seen a Pagani like this. You're right. It's the new one. And you're like, new? They haven't made a new one in decades. And you would also be right? This is the new Pagani Utopia. Just released for it's not out for sale just yet, but the production line, this is the production model, right? So I don't know what the price tag is. It's probably going to be a hot minute, a couple million, but there's the rear. I mean, look at that. First, anytime Pagani releases a new car, you got my attention, right? Look at this. Look at the rear glass. It's sick. And you want a top view? Like, let's see the top of the glass. Yeah, there you go. Pretty spectacular feat of engineering here. The wheels up close. One of the YouTubers that's a car guy showed the in-depth review of this. Shmi, maybe, for one of you that may recognize that, go check him out. He did a hypercar show. Every car there is like new, a new hypercar. So there's like hundreds of millions of dollars of hypercars there. It's worth checking out if you're interested at all. But you see these cars in real life. I'll stop rambling. I don't think I got anything else. Happy Friday. Probably do a Chainlink video, get you through the weekend, and altcoins by request. Maybe we'll get them lined up for next week as altcoins seemingly want to lift off here. All right, have a great weekend. This shirt is pink, and no, you can't have it.